you want to get sniper entries, then I suggest you use the order blocks and the zone flips. These are the only two strategies that I use if I want sniper entries. So let me just start by describing what they are first, right? So I think zone flips, most of the people know it, because if you most of the people start from price action. So if you read a little bit about price action, you know what zone flips are, right? So let's say you are going down, right, and you have a pullback, we break past that, we mark this support area over here, and when that support area over here gets broken and the market pulls back to it, it usually acts as what, as a resistance, right? So the market will anticipating that the market will what, will continue downwards, right? So this is what is a zone flip area, right? So if we don't get this entry over here, that's when the order blocks come into play, right? So we are saying that maybe same thing over here, and the market breaks past it, right? And when we have a pullback, it doesn't respect this level over here. Maybe it wants to test the last green candle before the breaking market structure, before that happened, before the breaking market structure. So it can be either here or in the middle, wherever it is, right? So the market maybe wants to test that, and then it will continue going down, right? So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly these examples, where to enter, and how to know if that area is likely going to be respected, right? So watch till the end if you want to benefit the most out of this video. So over here, let me just delete this over here, right? So right over here, what are we going to be looking for, as I said, right? So let's start by zone flips, right? So over here, or right over here, we broke what, let's check, right? So we are breaking structure the upside, right? So right over here, creating high, high low, blah blah blah. We are going up in summary, right? So over here, what do we have to look for, right? So after that breaking market structure, right, we want to look at what, we want to look at this resistance over here, right? So over here, no, this is an order block, right? So I'm just going to give you an example of an order block first, because this is an order block. It's not what, it's both actually, because we are combining what, this and that, right? So there's a breaking market structure over here, right? As you can see, these three candles over here. Let me just zoom in, right? So these three candles over here, they broke structure, right? But we want to mark the last red candle over here before that breaking market structure to mark our order block, right? So we mark that area over there, right? And we also want to mark our zone flip area, because so the zone flip area is also where that resistance is, because this was the last point that was resisted before. This was the last pullback, right? So we mark that, and as you can see, there's a breakout and a retest, which means we are essentially using both of them over here, right? So then for the next zone flip area over here, right, we've got our resistance somewhere over here, right? I don't want you to treat zone flips as a single level again, right? I want you to see it as a zone, as an area, right? So that life will be easier for you, so that you'll be able to utilize the most out of this, right? So you want to see what, this breaking market structure over here, then a pullback, right? Then after that, engulfing candle over there, you enter, and as you can see, that was a sniper entry into profit, right? So over here, let me just look for another example of a what. Let me zoom out. What's zooming in and zooming out? I don't really know which is which, right? So over here again, right? So this over here, the only that I would like to use is this one over here, right? Because this was the lowest point that the market reached before what, this was the lowest point before the breaking market structure, right? So this over here is the zone flip that I like to mark, right? And as you can see, before that breaking market structure, the last order block, as you can see, is this one over here, right? Because this was the last green candle before that breaking market structure, right? So this time again, they both acted hand in hand. So as you can see, if you catch them, if you get them in the same area, then most of the times you make profit, right? So if this order block wasn't respected, then obviously we're going to mark this one over here, right? But market didn't pull back away all that far, right? It just respected what, the first order block, right? So that's what you have to remember when you're trading order blocks, that you're not trading zone flips or order blocks. If this level isn't respected, then likely the next level is going to be respected, especially if you're just trading with the trend, right? So that's how you mark this, right? So over here again, we've got what, this order block over here, right? Because there's a breaking market structure, and the last green candle before that breaking market structure is that candle, right? So a retest, and as you can see, it was respected, and we continued going down, right? I'm not seeing any clear examples of a zone flip where it is on its own, right? So I think this is an example, right? Yeah. this is an example of an order block, right, of a zone flip over here, right? Because we've got this support over here, and when it gets broken, retest that order block. Sorry, I keep on repeating order block, right? Or retest that zone flip area, right? And we've got our entry over here, right? So that's just what you have to do, right, in order to mark what your zone flip areas, right? Over here, this is another zone flip area because they've got what is a zone flip and also an order block, okay? Right, so this is why they work hand in hand, because they've got what this breaking market structure over here, right? And this is only one candle, so it's also the last candle before we break what before we broke market structure, right? So it's a two-in-one area, right? And when you have a retest to that, if this small doji candle and we enter, right? So that's how you mark what your zone flip areas, a zone flip area over here. If you see this, especially if you shift to maybe the 5-minute time frame, right? Zone flip area over here, another zone flip area over here, it gets respected. So as you can see, you get very sniper entries if you are using these areas, right? So over here again, you've got this right over here again, testing that zone flip area and this resistance over here, making this a major what resistance level, right? So how do you know that that area is likely going to be respected, or if you should move on and look at the next level that is likely going to be respected, right? So if if an area is likely going to be respected, then you are going to see this kind of pullback, right? So let's just use this example over here, that we are selling, right? Then we want to see our pullback, we want to see it in a consolidating or a slow manner, right? Showing that the market doesn't have enough momentum to just shoot up, right? So you want to see it consolidating, or something like that, or giving us a series of what green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle. Something just like a consolidation, something just shows a slowdown in momentum, right? So this level over here, this is a best example of that, right? So essentially, we're just using our flags or our wedges or triangles in order for us to see if that area is likely going to be respected, or if the pullback is very small, right? We just want to see a combination of green and red candles, green and red candles, right? So that we know that so that we know that the candlesticks are likely going to respect that area, right? So over here, let's check. Yeah, the market didn't pull back again to this area over here, but it pulled back to this order block, this mini order block over here, this mini supply zone over here. I think it was reached. Yeah, it missed slightly. It just touched one point, but as you can see, the market was consolidating when it reached that area again, right? So let's check. Yeah, let's mark this order block over here. After marking this order block, right? What can you see? Right, so this we've got an order block. There was some flip over here when this was tested once, and this is now acting as a resistance also. Right, so what we want to see here is if giving a green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle, then these small candlesticks, we also want to see those. Those are also a further confirmation. Right, so when we create this, so like an M over here, you can enter into that trade. Right, so that's what you have to look for. Right, let me shift to the next level over here. Right, so over here, green candles, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle. We are shifting, right? We are combining green candles and red candles, right? So when the market pulls back to this zone flip area, right, and we've got something like this area also over here, that supply zone over there, right, and it starts to consolidate again. This is another what confirmation that the market is likely going to respect that, and you draw your trend line in order for you to wait for the breakout and retest of that trend line, right? So those are the types of pullbacks that we want to see, right? So this over here, yeah, this one was quite ugly, but what do I want to show you over here, right? So as you can see, we've got this order block over here, this order block over here, right? Because this and this zone flip over here. Let me just mark the two areas, right? So as you can see over here, right, the market isn't even giving a red candle in between, right? So the market is just shooting up, right? So you know that all this momentum, right, as you can see, with the first area that we were approaching was this level over here. So we know that this area is not going to be, it's likely not going to be respected, because sometimes they do respect, but it's likely not going to be respected. But because we are giving continuous what green candles, showing that the market is gaining momentum, right? So it has got the momentum to break past this point over here, right? Then when it comes to this area over here and it starts to consolidate, it means that there's a slowdown in momentum and the market is likely going to respect that area of interest, right? So if this area of interest you see that it's likely not going to be respected, I suggest that you move that area and mark the next area, because that area, if you just give it a doubt, then it's likely not going to be working out for that trade, right? If you just give it a doubt, so that's how you filter which areas to use and which ones to leave, right? So over here again, we've got what? We've got this area over here, right? We've got this area over here. How do you know that this is not going to be respected, right? The market was breaking what was creating very large candles, right? So you know that you are not supposed to mark this area because there are very green big candles over here, right? So but when you start to see a slowdown in momentum and the consolidation, you know that the next area is going to be respected. So if you see that an area is being what, there are very big candles, then that area is likely not going to be respected. And if there's a slowdown momentum, then that area is likely going to be respected, right? So if you want to learn more about order blocks or supply or price action, then watch these videos next.